friends, it's Nancy, and today we're going to do the tags for our Autumn Avenue, and then I think we'll be done. I think we will. So I was trying to do something different with this neighborhood here. I was looking through things I had, and I came across a bunch of these leaves that I made with the Tim Holtz die, and I remember doing these, cutting them out of watercolor paper and then spritzing them, and I have a small amount left, like about a dozen left, and I got them out and I said, you know what, I think I'm going to use these in place of chimneys for the pull on the tags. And so it's not really a chimney, but I don't have a problem trying something different, right? It's okay, and if you want to do chimneys, you should do chimneys, but I did, and I still wanted to play with that inking technique a little bit, but in a little different way though. So, excuse me if I clear my throat. My allergies are really acting up here. The farmers are cutting their crops, and it's in the air. So I do take allergy medicine, but you know how it goes, right? So anyway, I did the first tag here. I picked images out. I already had the sizes pre-cut in the beginning. And then I picked images, and I picked the leaves, and I picked 6 kind of quotes or sayings that I love about fall. Thing, you know, when I read them, I'm like, oh, I like that quote, right? So for this little cottage here, I did this, fall leaves and pumpkins, please. Now, I printed the quotes out on my label maker, and what I usually do is, because I have an older one, so I don't have different fonts. If you buy a newer one, like the Dymo label maker, they have like 5-6 different fonts you can use. Mine is pretty old, so this is what I get. But what I usually do, and I forgot to do it on this one, is I don't like all this white around them, especially when you put it on something smaller, and I usually trim off a little on the bottom and top, and I forgot to do that on here. But you know, it is what it is. So what I did was, and these are just the Dollar Tree manila folders, right, that I make for my tags, and they're not super thick, but they're thicker than paper, and I think they're perfect for tags. So I used my Tim Holtz oxides, and on this one I kind of rubbed on, what did I use? I used a wild honey, and a little bit in the middle I came down with Villainous Potion. Blended it together. They blend really nice together. And then I spritzed and dripped water, and then used a napkin, and that's how you get those drip marks, those marks on there. And then just to add a little more something, I just pulled out one of my Tim Holtz stencils, and I went in there with I think Vintage Photo, and just did a little. It's just a little something to make the background look nice. And then I glued some pumpkins and this pretty chair with the fall things around it. And then I glued the leaf here, and that's what it is to pull it out of the house, out of the little cottage with. So I kind of like it. So I am going to, and they're not chimneys, but I think they're going to look really pretty because I picked a different color leaf and a different style leaf for each one. So let's continue on. Okay, so let's make the next one. And for this next tag here, I love fall most of all. And I did trim the extra white on all the rest of them now that I remembered. I have this pretty leaf here. And I don't know, you can see it has a shimmer to it. They all have a shimmer to them because I use the sprays, the Tim Holtz sprays. And then I have a couple leaves, and I have this pretty back end of a blonde girl holding fall flowers. So I thought I love fall most of all would be nice. So I think the first thing we're going to do is get this inked up. And I'm just going to put this on some book page here. And let's see, I am going to use, I'm just looking at the colors of everything here. I'm going to use Wild Honey, I think. Or no, you know what, I'll do, no, I might use, what is this one here? I'm going to use Spice Marmalade. It's a little more orangey, and I'm going to use Vintage Photo. So those will be my two. Just moving my water out of the way here. Let me get that out here. So I think I'm going to do mostly, should I do the orange and then some brown in there? I think I'm going to do that for one of these other tags. So let's just be bold and put the Spice Marmalade on. I might have to get another book page here, bigger one here. Let's do that. These are bigger tags. So, I mean, it's, you know, you see the gals do it with, if you watch any Tim Holtz, you know, the gals that do these techniques, and I always say I'm going to do them, and then I never do them. And I thought, this time I'm doing it now. I'm going to try them. I don't, you know, so I'm just starting off the page, and I'm coming in lightly, like a medium pressure. And these oxides come on, they go on really nice this way. You see, there's no like circle lines or anything. So I think I'm going to kind of do this, and maybe on the bottom too. I'll just come in and make sure I'm in here. It's fun to play. If you have these, get them out and play. Don't be like me and have them, you buy them, and then they just sit there because you don't want to like use them up, right? That's how we think. Oh, I don't want to waste it. I don't want to use it. I don't know what to do, and it's hard. And it's not. It really isn't. It's not hard at all. It's actually fun. I'm really having a fun time working on these. Okay, let's see about getting this Vintage Photo in here now. Oh, my sponge. Oh, maybe the sponge is not good, huh? Once you get this on, let me get these little sponge crumbs off. My sponge is fairly new. Oops, wrong ink. Fairly new, but I don't know why it's crumbing up like that, but it'll be fine. I know I've said it before. How did we craft without Vintage Photo before? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Don't know how we did it. Okay, so I've got that on. So now I just want to go back in and blend that Spice Marmalade better into it. And it does. It blends really nice. These, you just kind of lightly medium, I would say medium pressure I'm doing. And you can add more. Just add more to it. I kind of like that. So now you can get a paper towel, which I didn't get, but I have a napkin here. So now I have just water in a little spritzer bottle. Now, spritzing it from here, it just gives a fine mist. I think it looks nicer when you actually drip some drips on there. So I am going to just spray some in my hand and kind of drip it on. You see the bigger drips? Like those kind of drips, I think, are the ones that look the best. And then what you do is you just kind of pat them like this with a paper towel or a napkin, and you lift up and you have instant coolness. I love that. Just like the girls show when they do it, right? Okay, so I'm happy with that. But I still need something else to do. So what I did was I either use the stencil, but I used it on the first one. So I have my trusty script out here, and I thought I would just kind of hit it here and there with the vintage photo. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just dipping this in my vintage photo, and I'm just kind of gonna lightly, see, just kind of do that just for something like that. That's it. That was pretty easy. You can't go wrong with that, right? All right, so now move that aside, and let's make sure your hands are dry. Okay, so what I have is I have this leaf here, which I have to make sure I put it on the right side of the house. So it's going in here. So I am going to put it on the right side. Okay, so it's going to kind of glue right about there. And then I have this girl and these two leaves, and then I got to figure out where to put my, how to cut my saying and put that on there. So look how pretty that looks. I love that. And I was just going to have some leaves kind of like falling here, and then glue that there, and then we're going to, this won't fit on here, so I have to cut it. So I'm going to cut it where I love fall, and I'm going to ink these up with my vintage photo just to hit the ends on that. So yeah, the newer labels, they have different fonts you can use. Mine only, I think mine only has the white paper, where the other ones you can buy different cartridges with different clear, I mean, all different kinds. Okay, so I think I'm going to get my vintage, or my fabric tack out for this. But see how easy that background was to create? It doesn't take that much time at all. And gosh, if I could do it, you could do it. But it makes me feel like I did something really special, like I did some artsy stuff. So I felt kind of good about it. And I like it. And I said, oh, I want to try this for Christmas colors, and just get those inks out and use them. Otherwise, they're going to dry up, and we're not going to be able to use them at all. And you know you won't buy them again, probably. So you'll say, oh, I wasted money the first time. I'm not going to buy them again. So there. I'm going to make sure she's down there. Gently push that on. That is so pretty, that background. I love that. I'll keep going. I can't wait, and we're going to take just a slight break with the neighborhoods, because I want to do, we're definitely going to do a Christmas neighborhood and a street of shops, a street of Christmas shops. So one of houses and one of shops. And that's going to be so much fun. So gather things that you think would work. You can get your envelope bases ready. And this way you'll have them all ready to go when we're ready to start. But that will be so much fun. I keep missing a little bit here. Yeah, okay. All right, and I'll put that one here. Simple, they're simple, but I you know what? I'm really happy with how these are turning out. They're very pretty to me. I do like them. I don't do a lot of mixed media or anything, and I wish I did, but I don't. But I do enjoy this little bit of mixed media that we're doing. It's easy, fun, not too messy. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. And having that leaf like that really is something fun, something different. But if you don't like it, make yourself a chimney. All right, now And I'm going to go over the leaves, obviously, with the words. So we have to see. Excuse me. That's so pretty just like that. But I said I was going to do quotes. I don't know why that doesn't want to stick there. Okay. So I don't mind going over the leaves. I think that's fine. I love fall most of all. So that's how I'm going to do it. And these are sticky back, although I do put glue. And they have these here, it's split down the middle, the backing paper. So you just get one started and pull the other one off. And it comes off really easy. And I am going to, I'll just use my wet glue here. I use Barely Arts in case somebody wanted to know. I've used Barely Arts glue for a long time and I'm very happy with it. So I just put it in I buy the big bottle and fill the smaller bottles with it. So I love fall. I love fall most of all. So I know I was listening to Amy saying how she was cleaning up her craft room, and oh my gosh, I can barely function in here. I have so much stuff around, and I just had to take some time to, you know, kind of straighten it out, put it in some kind of order. And you know what, when you do, at least I know when I do, it like calms my nerves. Because when I walk in my craft room, my nerves go, oh my gosh, what is all this stuff? And where do I go? And what do I grab? And blah, blah, blah. You know how it is. I don't know. But I did get a little handle on it. So I think that's cute. I mean, you could stitch around them. Sometimes I stitch around them. But you know what? I don't think I stitched around any of the neighborhood ones, and I'm okay with that. So let's put this in the house. It's all dry. Looks good. So we're going to put it in here. Dolly, this is your tag, right? This is your house. Dolly and I were saying, she said, this is her house. And I said, well, then that's my house. And I live next door. We live next door to each other. And then I said, well, I'm going to come over for tea. I like the leaf sticking out. I think it's it almost looks like, I don't know, but I like it. Oh, you could kind of see her through the window there. I love that. So there we go. We got that one done. So now we're going to work on the middle tag. And this one is fall is my favorite color, which I love. I have this cute bicycle with a basket full of pumpkins and greens. I have one of my trees, and I have this, since it's the biggest tag, I've got a big leaf. Very pretty. So we're going to incorporate some green this time. Let me move this out of the way. And got to erase my number 3 here, because I know that went to house number 3. All right, so now, let's see, I have here forest moss. That's pretty dark. And what else do I have here? I have peeled paint. Let's just see. Peeled paint is more like a limey green. And then forest moss is like a darker. So I think I might go with the, I could just go with the 2 greens, maybe. Well, you know what? Let's try it. I'll do mostly dark. And I could incorporate a little purple in there. I might incorporate a little purple and orange on the next one. So I'll just kind of stick to this. Let's just be bold and try it. I can even put some vintage photo in there. All right, here I go. I'm gonna just start. It's not too bad. Just kind of do this, maybe kind of like in a no rhyme or reason, but I think it'll be fun. Okay. All right, so now let's try, peel paint. See what happens. I'll put a little, and if I don't like it, I'll change it. Just kind of go in here, see what happens. Well, it's not so bad. I think it's fine. You know, I'm supposed to start off the page, not on the page, so go back to that. Kind of like it. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Kind of got a blob there, but you know, once you put the words and everything down, you're not going to notice. I love color. I just love color so much. The more color, the better. But, you know, once in a while you get the urge to do a neutral, but I just love color so much. Especially fall colors, Christmas colors. And, of course, you know, I'm a purple lavender girl, so that is my jam, as they say. That's kind of cool. I'm excited. Now, you can see, like, around the green, you see how it got, like, lighter, like, it's kind of cool looking. I don't know. Let's see what happens, I guess. Let's try it. Okay, so now comes, where's my water? All right, I'll stencil with the vintage photo on there this time. So I'm going to get some water in and I'm just going to plop it down one time. That's it. I'm going to take my napkin and kind of blot it. Can you see it? That looks cool. I'm okay with that. And I'm not going to fuss with it. I like it. And of course, if you have different paper, like this is the manila, the cheaper manila folder, but if you have different papers, it's probably the drips will probably look a little different, right? Okay, so now I'm going to get that stencil out with the vintage photo, and then we'll do that. You know what it is? It's my ink pad that's doing that. I think it's time for a new vintage photo ink pad. It's not my sponge, it's the actual ink pad that's, I'm going to have to order one. Wow, okay. All right, so now let's just put the stencil on over here and start stenciling. Holding it down. That's what's happening. I thought it was my sponge. I'm like, that's a fairly new sponge, but it's the ink pad. Okay. All right. Whoops, I moved my stencil. I'll stop there. Okay, let's see what it looks like. There you go. Oh, I feel like professional all of a sudden. So the browns will pick up the browns in my tree. That's nice. Wow, sometimes I just impress myself sometimes. I don't think I can do it. I'm like, whoa, Nance, that looks pretty good. If I say so myself. Can I toot my own horn? Can I get a woot woot? All right. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm getting tired. I think that's my problem. I'm going to get this tree down with my glue. Don't mind me. I'm tired. I get a little loopy sometimes, I think. Oh. So, all right. Let me hold on to this. So I'm sorry I just can't get to the Paper Source 31 Bewitching Prompts this year. Yeah, I'm not sure. And if I do, it would be here and there. So I don't know if I can't really do a full commitment to it as much as I want to this year. I can't do that, but I feel like we're going to do some smaller little projects, a few little projects, just some small, maybe, you know what I wanted to do is play around with Tracy Fox, her little new Halloween, what did she call it? That little kit where she just had a video where she was putting the little tag, it was a Halloween component kit or something. I don't remember if that's what she called it or not. I like the snarly edges of the tree sticking up. It really brings the tree to life. I like that. So that looks good. Now, I need to put the bike in front of the tree like that. So I am going to use my fabric tack for that. Let me see if I can. I don't have a wipe. I wanted to clean my tip off here, but that's okay. It should be fine. I really got a lot of images and use out of that book that I'm getting these out of that I told you about. That was on, I think I have the link in the description from Amazon. Really a nice book. And I'm looking forward to finding some Christmas ones. And when I do, I'll let you know. I haven't been looking, and like I said, I do watch Nicole from Relax Cut Glue, and yeah, she is so much fun to watch, and she does glue booking and amazing, like really nice, fun, relaxing, and she's good for a laugh. Let me tell you, boy, if you need to laugh and feel good, you just watch one of Nicole's videos, and you will feel right at home. Okay, I love that. Now this one is the middle house. So now I know the leaf is going to go here on this one, and the leaf will probably go there. So I think I will still put the leaf on the right on here because it'll go on the left on the little cottage. Okay, so I'm still going to put this one. And even though this one kind of blends in, I kind of like it. See, it's like kind of the same colors almost. All right, so let me get this on. And then we'll get our saying on, our little quote. Really fun. I'm really enjoying this. I know you gals are enjoying it too. Thank you. See, that's so pretty. I like that. Okay, so now, what do I have? My fall is my favorite color. Fall is my favorite color. Fall is my favorite color. Can I do that? I guess I can. I'm my own boss, right? I don't know. It feels weird. Fall is my, can I do that? Favorite color? Because if I just do fall is, hesitate, my favorite color. I think I have to do that. I don't know. I'm doing it. Even though I wanted to make it. Oh, we got to ink this up too. Oh, you know what? I'll ink it with a little bit of the spice marmalade to kind of pick up the colors of the pumpkin. And that little bit in there. I'll do this. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So you might have stickers that are real pretty sayings or little quotes. So use your stickers if you have that. But When I don't have that and I want certain words and stuff, I just get my trusty label maker out and do it. And I'm okay with that. It's pretty. Okay, fall is, I think I might do it on a slant this time. Fall is my favorite color. It is my favorite color. And I've been wanting to bake and I can't because it's been 88 degrees every day and it's hot. So I don't want to really, you know, run the oven for baking yet, but I am chomping at the bit to do that. All right, I'm going to go right here over everything, kind of the same angle over my leaf, and I like that. That's cute. I like that. Okay. Let me just fix something here. Sorry, I had to fix something. Oops. I'm dropping things here. Sorry about that. Just trying to see what I'm doing here. Okay. I like it. That's pretty. I like that tag. So far, I'm loving all my tags. Okay, so we'll put that in this house here. And open this up. Probably should let them dry, but you know what? I can't. So, and I know a bike does not go inside the house, but you know, some people do store them in the house. Well, I got a lot of tree stuff happening here, but you know what? That's okay. It's fine. I can bring this up a little, maybe. Just about here. Yeah, there we go. I think the trees look the leaves look really pretty that way. I like it. Okay, 2 more tags for the little cottage. Now, this is one of my faves. Pumpkin spice and everything nice. This pretty leaf. I've got my pumpkin muffin and my PSL right there. So let me erase this number here. All right, put these to the side, put that over there. Here we go. So this one here, I definitely want to use, I'm going to use Vintage Photo with, I think I'm going to get the Wild Honey out this time. Okay, so I'm going to use Vintage Photo and Wild Honey. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So this is a lot of like orangey going on. So I'm going to start with my Vintage Photo. My poor falling apart Vintage Photo here. Wow. Okay. I'll have to order one. Okay. So I'm going to start at the bottom. So those orange pieces pop. Oh, see, I stuck it in there, didn't I? It's okay. It doesn't really harm the pad. So I'm going to turn it this way so I can have more control here. Yeah, those pieces are making marks I don't like. Well, I have to use it because I don't have another one. I'll just, instead of rubbing it, I'll just try to dab it off. Try not to get those on here, but you can see it's making marks. That's okay. It'll be fine. It will be fine. And I'll come up this way here. Wow. And this just started doing this too. Wow, okay. Weird. I'm just going over this whole thing, and I'm going to go in there with the marmalade too. I'll go in there with that. All right, I'm going to see what I can do here. With, I'm sorry, not marmalade, the wild honey. Oh my gosh, wild honey. Let me go in here with that. Try to fix this. Yeah. Kind of go over it a little. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. All right. I'm happy with that. So now let's do our water trick. Water trick. I'm gonna, here, I'll do it this way too, and then you'll see. And then quickly dab it off. Okay, so they're finer. Can you see them? They're like a finer circle. So if you put big drops, you get big circles, or big drops, you know. But I kind of like that. I think I want to do a little more up on the top here. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's get that off. Okay, not as much, but it's good. It's okay. So now I think I'll do a little of the stamping like I did on the other one. I'll alternate here. So I'll just do a little, just some light stamping on here. Like that. That's all. Just something light. Okay, so now let's work on this. Probably a good idea to clean your hands. Let me get a wipe here. If I can open it. Okay. I always keep a package of the baby wipes around. I get them from Aldi. They're pretty cheap. Okay, and if it dries out, you could just wet it again a little bit and it's fine. Okay, so now this one is going to go, I have to remember that this goes here. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. And I have my PSL with a pumpkin. And then we have a muffin, a pumpkin muffin, because you got to have a muffin with your, and I'm just going to kind of, let's see, how did I want it? Something like that. Kind of that way. Yeah, something like that, I think. I think I want to do that. Like right about there. Okay, and then this one I'm going to put there. All right, so let's get this on first. Let me clean my tip off here. I like it cleaned off. Okay. Okay. So I wanted it here. Okay, that's gonna go here. Like that. Okay, I've got some excess glue there. Okay, and then I want the muffin there. Am I in frame? I hope I am. So I don't know, my family, we do apple picking every year, and we're trying to do it this Saturday because my grandson's coming in from college for the weekend, but they're calling for rain finally, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to go. we'll just have to plan it by ear, play it by ear, right? We'll see if we can do that. Of course, when you want to do something and you've had all this warm weather, of course, you know what? I don't like to go apple picking when it's warm like this. It doesn't feel right, and the bees are so bad, so bad in the apple orchards at this time when it's hot. Oh, they're just awful. It's not easy, no, not enjoyable to pick apples when they're literally attacking you up and down those aisles because there's so many, you know, mashed apples on the ground and the sugar, and it's hot, and yeah, right? Okay, pumpkin spice. I'll do it there. Pumpkin spice and everything nice. And I will do well, I guess I'm going to do the vintage photo with this one. I love me some pumpkin spice. Okay, let's see how that goes. Pumpkin spice and everything nice. Okay. And then we'll have one more tag, and then we can take a look at it and see our Autumn Avenue all finished. Is anybody making these to give as a gift? This would be a nice hostess gift to give somebody if you're going, you know, for I'm going to put it right. I'm going to put it at an angle. I kind of like the angle deal. I know the first one I didn't, and I don't know if I did the second. But they don't have to all be exact. And if you put it at an angle, you don't risk not putting it even then. If you're trying to make it straight, right? Pumpkin spice. And everything nice. Okay. Love it. I love it. Very nice. Okay. So cute. Probably one of my faves. So let's get this in the little cottage here. So cute. Come on, go in there. It gets stiff. Once you get the tag in once, it should be fine. Or go in there with your bone folder. There we go. Cute. I love it. I love it. Okay, one more. The last house here. And that one's got a real pretty green one. It's got the scarecrow that's kind of blacky green. And I got a couple pumpkins here. And it says, I'm so glad I live in a world with Octobers. Okay, that's a long one. It's the longest one, but I think we can fit it on here with no problem. So I'm going to do, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I live in a world with Octobers. That's what I'm doing. Okay, got that cut. All right, so I think I'm going to do some green this time again. And this is almost like that peeled paint. I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to go with it. Let's do some peeled paint and maybe a little bit of the spice marmalade. I think we could try that. Oh, where's my paper? Okay, so this is bottom. I'm gonna go doing it with this. It sure is fun playing with these inks. These oxides. Okay, and then I'm going to start and kind of come down this way a little, and then go in with the spice marmalade. We'll do. Okay, let's see how that goes. Let me get my my spiced marmalade. Oh yeah, I'm tired. I know I am. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's pretty. That looks nice. I like those colors combined together. Isn't it pretty? I like that. Get it on the top here. Because that's where the leaf's gonna go. So I figured I want the leaf to be against the black color, not the green. All right, let's go in with the green and try to blend that out again. Okay. I think it'll be fine. All right, here we go. Water now. Water. Okay. Hands wet. Okay. All right. Now I will do I'm going to do this here again. And I think instead of, well, no, I will do the brown. I will do the vintage photo on here. Let's just do it. I'll just do it up here a little, up here, and then down in here a little bit, and over here. How's that? I won't do the whole thing this time. Let's see how that looks. Oh, yeah. Okay, I like it. That looks good. Okay, that's pretty. I like that. All right, so then the leaf is going to go on this side here. See, that looks good. Yeah, I like that. All right, and I'm going to do that. So okay. could do that like there. There we go. Okay, that's good. Now I have the scarecrow and pumpkins. So I thought he'd go there. Oh, he's so cute on there. And I was going to put the white one here, or I could do that there, and put the orange one behind him like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. This one goes behind him. Okay. So I'm going to put that one here. Okay, and I'm going to put him on. Okay. Okay. He goes on here, right there. Oops, got some glue oozing out there. There we go. Okay. And now we have to get the white one on, and then we got to do the words. Right there. Okay. Cute. Now, let me just wipe my hands, make sure I don't have anything that I get ink on. I don't want ink on. All right, now I'm so glad. I'll do this one straight though. This one's going to be straight. I live in a world. Oops, let's see how this is going to go on. I'm going to move that one up. I'm so glad I live in a world. Oh, this is going to go over his head. Okay, that's okay. So let's ink these up using Vintage Photo. With October's. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to use my trusty. Okay, I'm going to put that up here. I'm so glad. Okay. There we go. I think the label makers that you can put the plastic in, you know, that plastic tape, the kind we all know before paper. I think those would be super fun and nostalgic to put on stuff now, because I think that's how we all remember the label maker, is with the plastic tape. But yeah, maybe someday I'll get one. All right, I am so glad I live in a world. I want to just kind of put that off center there. I live in a world with Octobers. Well, I had fun making these backgrounds. I mean, they're kind of simple, but you know what? There's something I never did before, and I just love it. I love them. And, you know, as much as I love, and I know we all love collaging, you know, there's something about playing with paints and inks that is just kind of fun. So I suggest you try it. Get them out and try it. Okay. All right. Now right about here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. Okay, let me put this away and clean this up, and we're going to do a flip through of Autumn Avenue. Wow, we made some nice neighborhoods, haven't we? Continue working on yours for sure. Don't give up. No rushing, no hurry. We have lots of time yet to enjoy these neighborhoods, so. Get that in there. Cute. There we go. All right, let me just move these inks out of the way here so we can really look at these here. Hold on one second. So we don't have any distractions, right? Except a dirty desk, but sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Make sure I'm in frame. So this is Autumn Avenue. Autumn Avenue. I love the colors. I love the little cottages with the other houses. Oh, I love the leaves, and the images are so fun. And let's go to the back. The backyards are so fun. I love the little deer, and I love the bonfire, and so pretty. And the leaves look pretty on the back too. They were white. I just vintage photo over the back, so they would blend in real nice. Okay, and then we could take another quick look at our tags. I'll open it back up here. So fun. So the first cottage has fall leaves and pumpkins, please. I like that one. Oh, I was supposed to put some purple on my pumpkin spice one, wasn't I? Oh, well. That's okay. You know, I'll always find a way to get purple in somewhere. But not necessary. That's pretty. I love the truck. And I'm calling this Dolly's house. Dolly's house. I love fall most of all. So pretty. Okay. And then this is my house because I have the pug there and a bike, right? Okay. Fall is my favorite color. That is pretty with the greens. I like that. Put that in there. We can pull that up a little bit. Yep, right there. Okay. And then this little cottage here, cute little cottage. I love that one. And that's got the pumpkin spice and everything nice. Love that. That's so fun. Cute. Okay. And then our last house here. So pretty. The green leaf. I'm so glad I live in a world with Octobers. Oh, I just love it. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope you're making one and you're having fun with your Autumn Avenue, or whatever you're calling it. And let me just get this one back in there. There we go. I think it's super pretty. Super, super pretty. I'm very happy with this. And thanks so much for your kind comments and hanging out with me and that. And really appreciate y'all. So thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, friends. Bye.